Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to do the Q&A video that I said we were going to do like last night. So you guys sent in your questions and stuff, so I'm going to go read off of the comments and answer what you guys had to ask. You actually had quite a lot of things that we got a lot more feedback on that than I expected. So probably like when I do Q&As in the future, I'll do it the same way that I did it, and I'll ask for questions on YouTube, because if I ask on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff, then, or not Facebook, but Instagram and Snapchat, then I don't really get a whole lot. So yeah, by the way, follow my Instagram and my Snapchat on the screen now. But we got a good amount of stuff, as you can see, that we can go over. So all right, so first one from Music Bros 101. Wait, this is the wrong fucking... Well, I think he was just... I don't think that was a question. Alright, that wasn't a question. Okay, so this one. Would it be a good idea... This is from Brent Underwood. Would it be a good idea to lift my 85 F-150 302 single cab long bed two-wheel drive, or would it be a waste to lift a two-wheel drive? And... Can a two-wheel drive off-road just as good as a four-wheel drive? So actually, you know what? Music Bros was responding to him, but I honestly, I know some people, they have lifted two-wheel drives. It's really actually very impractical, because obviously you're not gonna, if you're doing it for looks, then that's one thing, but if you're gonna take it off-road, I'd buy a four-wheel drive truck. Because obviously you're just going to have one wheel spinning in the rear, because it's an F-150, you don't have a locker in the rear, or you don't have a limited slip, so you're going to have one wheel spinning, and your fronts aren't going to. So, in all honesty, if you're lifting a two-wheel drive truck to go off-road, you're not even going to be able to get up something like this. Like, so, and I know that from experience, because at least with this little Ford Ranger that stuck out there, that thing couldn't make it up this hill in two-wheel. So yeah, I would not lift a two-wheel drive truck if you're gonna be going off-roading with it. I'd just go ahead and get yourself a four-wheel drive. All right, so this one from River Dawson. He says he has a 95 F-150 with a 5.0, and when he accelerates, he has a jerking and bucking issue. So some of you guys might be able to give him some more information on what could be causing that. So basically he's accelerating and it's kind of jerking and bucking. To me, that sounds like your timing's off. Either that, or I know that my dad's Trans Am used to have that issue when it wasn't getting enough fuel. He had the wrong jets in his carburetor. Now you have a electronic fuel injection on that truck, so that's probably not your issue, but I would start with timing, general tune-up, and stuff like that, and then if that doesn't fix it, then you could have torque converter issues. Honestly, you could have anything. But I'd start with timing and just tune up, plugs, wires, shit like that. It's really kind of the thing that, if it's not super bad, that's the kind of thing that I honestly wouldn't even worry about. How much did all of the bed liner cost in the end? From David Davids. All right, so the bed liner pretty much, now this is just for the material. All right. Pretty much just for the material, it was $750 or so. That does not include primer, that does not include fixing the rust, that does not include literally anything. That is just, that doesn't include labor, that's just the product, was $750 or so. You can probably do it cheaper if you get like a shittier product, but I don't recommend doing that. Master One Solo asks if I like gassers or diesels better. Well, as you guys know, I have a 5.8 in this truck, so it's a gas truck. I found a 7.3 for like 5,500 bucks. I could probably get it for like 47, pretty close to here. There's a 97 7.3, and I was like, oh, so close to like, but I don't need two. You know what I mean? I can't have everything. I can't have all the toys in the world that I want, because I have the Trans Am. I still need to put the motor in. But gasser versus diesel, I mean, for daily driving purposes, I'd probably want a gasser. I don't know, if you're towing, I'd probably go diesel. I like diesels better. Like in this truck, if this had a diesel, that'd be sweet. Because I don't daily drive this thing, and it would just, like, the cool factor would be like through the roof if it was a diesel. But I mean, I don't know. I've actually never owned a diesel truck, so I honestly can't really speak too much on that. But I don't know. There's something about a diesel that's just cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. So some guy responded to him and said exactly what I just said. All right, so Jack Knutel, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I apologize. How do you feel about Jeep guys asking for a friend? I like Jeep guys. Jeep guys are cool. I used to be a Jeep guy. I'd like to be a Jeep guy again in the future. I got no problem with Jeep guys, except for, I mean, they kind of have it easy when it's going off-road. The Jeep guys have it way easier than the truck guys, because their wheelbase is like nowhere close to where mine is, so they have a lot easier time getting around stuff. So in honesty, kind of a little envious of Jeep guys. So this is from Matt, and another last name I don't know how to pronounce, Matt Venice. Why ever use body lift spacers in the first place? So you guys know that this truck has a 6-inch suspension lift and a 3-inch body lift. The reason why I did that is because you cannot buy, okay, you can buy a 9-inch suspension lift. The only place that makes it is Skyjacker, and nobody ever buys that kit. Like literally nobody buys that kit. So the reason why I went with the body lift, a 6-inch and a 3-inch, is to get the 9 inches of lift so I could fit the 38s comfortably. Which actually, you guys will be able to see that my tire actually does hit right here. So when I'm going over bumps, it hits right here. It doesn't hit on the other side, but it hits right there. So, and it's starting to kind of mangle that panel a little bit. So I might have to do something about that in the future. But I don't know, pretty much body lifts, really the main thing about a body lift is on this truck, it's kind of like the only option if you want to go higher on an F-150. But unless you solid axle swap and do a crazy amount of work, it's the cheapest way to lift. It really is. I wouldn't, like, if you have like a truck, if you've got like a Chevy 1500 or like a F-150 and you just want to put a body lift in it, like a 3-inch body lift, I'd put a 2.5-inch lift in it, and it's like a 2.5-inch suspension lift instead of doing a body lift, in all honesty, because you don't get the suspension travel benefits when you do a body lift, but it does lift you up and you can fit bigger tires, so it's kind of a trade-off. Really, it's the poor man's lift. So yeah. What do you think of Chevy Trailblazers? I've heard it all, so my feelings won't get hurt. And what's your craziest wheeling story? From Caleb Yonker. So Chevy Trailblazers, I mean, I don't know. I think they're pretty gay, actually. I would not own one. My buddy is obsessed with like the Trailblazer SS because he used to have a regular Trailblazer. Honestly, they're not my cup of tea. I have no use for a Trailblazer, so yeah. My craziest wheeling story, well, if you're talking about trucks, then probably my craziest story would be when I saw this kid jump his Dodge Ram off of a boulder. There was probably like, I don't do anything super dumb, honestly, when I'm wheeling, because I don't want to break stuff out on the trail. But this one kid, he literally like jumped his friggin' Dodge Dakota off of a, I don't know, pretty steep ledge, and that was pretty nuts. But I have gotten this thing stuck a couple times. I've done a lot of dumb things and gotten stuck. Never on the 38s, but on the 35s. I really don't have a whole lot of crazy wheeling stories. We've almost flipped a couple of Jeeps, and I've had to like on a hill like this, and I've had to stand on the back of the Jeep, and so we're going down this hill so we don't flip over, because literally like the wheels coming off the ground. I've had stuff like that happen to me, but I've never really had any crazy wheeling stories. I know people that have flipped trucks before, and yeah, that's not really for me. All right, my dream truck is probably gonna surprise you guys a little bit. This is not exactly my dream truck. My dream truck is actually probably a Chevy K20. I mean, sorry to hurt everyone's feelings. I love the old body style Fords, but since I was a kid, I always wanted a Chevy K20 or a bullnose. So like a bullnose Ford. A bullnose Ford is really the one that I've always wanted. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just Google bullnose Ford. But one of those with like on 44s, like that'd be freaking sweet. But yeah, that's probably my dream truck. Either that or like a brand new, like 2018 F350, and you gotta get the diesel motor with the dually and like pretty much spec'd all out. That'd probably be my dream truck, because that's the only truck I will not be able to afford for like a long time. So unless I got a payment, I could probably go get a payment on one, but that'd be a pretty big payment. But that's probably my dream truck. Just like a brand new top of the line truck, either that or a bullnose, or this same truck but with the 7.3 in it. So all right, so the best body style for every truck brand, that was from Master One Solo. This one is also from Master One Solo. Best body style for every truck brand. All right, so the Fords, I like these, and the bullnoses, Chevys, obviously the 80s Chevys. Toyota sucks. Ram, Dodge Ram, I don't know, I like the 70s Dodges. And Nissan, you don't even get a mention. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I mean, they're all okay, but all right. So Mr. Orange asks, what brand of Sidesteps do you have? These are, yeah, don't mind the pink. These are the Bully Sidesteps. You can get them for like 35 bucks. And when you do it though, you can see this bolt is different. That bolt is different than this bolt. Yeah, the bolts that they give you are fucking junk. And I think that this is the only one that's still actually a bolt that came in the kit. This is actually a bolt out of the carburetor of the Trans Am. So they're pretty sturdy. I mean, they flex with the rocker panel, which kind of scares me. But they've been on there for about, I don't know, since we put them on, whenever that video came out. So they do hold up pretty good. They're not bad, and they're super cheap. So I really don't have any complaints about them. And they're, yeah, like 35 bucks, so. All right, so Craft by Nature says, buy a reliable winch and ditch the unreliable friends. Not a question, but I agree with you 100%. I wasn't able to go wheeling again today because they bailed on me, so, yeah. Winch is coming, don't worry guys. Once the bumper is on, the winch will be coming afterwards, so, yeah. All right. And this question is about the bumper. So Music Bros 101, okay, so yeah, this is his actual question. When you get a new heavy duty front bumper, how do you plan on mounting it? Because of the body lift. All right, so on the body lift you have these, let's see if I can get a good shot of them. All right, so this plate right here, I gotta put my freaking flashlight on, hold on a second. All right, so there's this plate right here. So you have one bolt here holding the bottom of the bumper to it, because they normally would go through those two holes there, but instead you just have this one and the one on top. So the one on top is the only one holding the bumper on. So he wants to know how I'm gonna mount a bumper to it that weighs like a lot of weight, like a couple 100 pounds. I'm gonna see if that'll support it first. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to build a different mount, or make the same thing but just with thicker steel or something like that, but I'll figure it out. I do know, guys, that I asked on the like the forums on Facebook, I asked people if they have a ranch hand on a truck with a body lift, and one guy said that he runs it with the body lift on those regular like lift brackets for the bumper, and he hasn't had any issues with it. So I mean, it might hold up, but we'll have to see. All right, can you do, this is from Ben Madrigal. I should just like stop trying to do last names. Can you do a vid about that front light bar install? So I can't really do a video on it because I already have it installed, but I can show you how it's done. Okay, so it's honestly extremely simple, dude. You literally just have these bolts that go through and hold the light bar to the bumper. You just drill right through the bumper, and there's 1 bolt on each side. And then you would connect this wiring harness, which is actually hanging down here because it's not connected right now. I never actually connected it back up after I did the radiator support. But then you're gonna buy a wiring harness that has a switch and stuff. You're gonna ground it out, and you're gonna run your switch, which is this wire, all the way up and through your cab. And just make sure that the switch that you get has a relay on it, so you don't go blowing fuses. And yeah, you can buy the light bar and just get like a generic wiring harness and cut the ends off it and twist the wires together and solder them or something, and it's super easy. Just generic light bar, generic wiring harness. It's not a super complicated thing to do. You just got to kind of have a little bit of a, I don't know. I don't have a brain, and I could do it, so. All right, so Chandler Lee decides he's gonna troll me here. My good buddy Channy. What's the best truck and why is it the Dodge Cummins? Hate to burst your bubble, Chan, but best truck isn't the Dodge Cummins. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that, honestly. I don't like Dodge. I do like the Cummins motor, but yeah, fuck Dodge. Dodge isn't all that bad. We've had so many Dodge trucks that, like, I don't know. They just have so many issues, like electrical issues, and just, Dodge is just, I'm not a Dodge guy. I'm not. My brother just bought a Dodge. I'm sure you guys, like, you guys have seen it from a couple months ago videos. My brother just bought a Dodge, and the thing is a piece of shit. And it's the same year as this thing, and it just was rotted to fucking hell. Yeah, which, I mean, I don't know. I probably shouldn't be shitting on Dodge. I'm gonna piss some of you guys off, but this is a Ford channel, so welcome. Yeah, that's pretty much all we got for questions. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions, I'll just answer them in the comments. So just ask them in the comments. Anything that we didn't go over, I mean, 6-inch suspension lift, 3-inch body lift, 38-inch Maxxis creepy crawler bias, 15x10 fuel revolvers, -43 offset, 5.8 Windsor is the motor. What else we got? Obviously the bed liner paint job, whole bunch of other shit, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So alrighty guys, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Like I said earlier in the video, make sure to follow my Snapchat and Instagram and stuff, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. We're gonna be doing that off-roading video soon, hopefully. We just kind of, well, it's been raining, and yeah, it's been raining, so that's why we haven't done it yet, and people bail on me. So get a good winch, get a reliable winch, ditch the unreliable friend. I'm gonna remember that one. Alrighty guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time.